It's the GOAT here, the greatest of all time sports traveler. I've had nearly 2 death experiences in one day in 2 different countries. And no, I can't make this shit up, and no, I'm not making this shit up. First, my nearest death experience is here in Timor-Leste. Timor what? Timor-Leste. It's a country in Southeast Asia that declared its independence in 2002. And where was my near-death experience? On this perch. I'm gonna give you a panorama sponsored by Panorama in a minute. Now you might see some rain on the lens, and I apologize for that, but about 30 minutes ago I was soaking wet. And you can even see that this shirt is kind of wet. It was in one of my bags, or my only bag. And that bag is soaking wet. And I found a little spot up that way, near this big statue of Jesus. I ain't making that up, I'll show you that in a minute. Where I was able to put this shirt that was in a bag underneath a trash can that was so full, the rain wasn't going through. That was the only dry spot on there. Meanwhile, me, I got soaked. Now, isn't she pretty? Like me, this is a beautiful beach here. I'm in Dili. I'm not being silly, I'm in Dili, which is the capital of Timor-Leste, also known as East Timor, declared its independence in 2002. It rained like holy hell. Left San Diego 22 August. It was until today, 9 January, that I avoided getting soaked through Cambodia and Laos and Vietnam and China, all the Oceania countries, Palau at that baseball game when the game ended because it rained. I was under a nice partition. Not today, I got soaked. But the rain has stopped, at least for now. Hopefully these clouds don't turn into rain. And as you can see, it's a beautiful view. So that was my near-death experience because there was lightning. Lightning. Yes, lightning. Here on this hill. I'll give you a panorama in a second. But first, that was this afternoon's near-death experience. Oh boy, I just saw lightning over there. This might be a short video, or to that I'll be dead. The first near-death experience was this morning in Australia, in the Northern Territory of Darwin. And what happened there? Somebody decided to walk along low tide without asking whether you might get stuck in the mud. That somebody was me. I said I was the greatest sports traveler of all time. I never said I was the smartest. So I'm on a beach, Mindil Beach, M-I-N-D-I-L. After I've just taken a video, I'm like, I think I'm gonna walk out toward the water. Not exactly the smartest decision in the world, man. Got stuck in the mud. This happened to somebody in Alaska last year, and they died because when the tides came in, he just drowned. You hear that? That's some thunder, thunder. In honor of AC/DC from Australia. So this was in Darwin, the Northern Territory. This morning, I flew from Darwin to Dili here. No rain when I got here until I started walking up this mountain, which I'm going to show you a panorama, sponsored by Panorama in a minute. So that was my near-death experience this morning, the quicksand. I ended up using my tripod to get out of it and climbed up some rocks. I'll put up some photos of that, assuming I don't get struck by lightning here. So I'm going to give you a panorama here. I don't have anything to clean my lens with. I'm still soaked, but I am going to give you a panorama, so you're going to see what you're going to see. It's clearing up here. My bag is still up there. Let me give you a little panorama here. And even being soaked, look at my hands. Look how wrinkled they are. Because I had no umbrella, I had no nothing. In fact, I was using this shirt to clean the lens. There's hot mom, and there's hot mess. Today's been a hot mess, but I'm having fun. All right, here, let me give you a panorama. So this is a beach. Should tell you what the name of it is? I don't know. I'll look it up and put it at the end of the video. All right, here we go. At least the wind has stopped. So, beach. Turning this way. That, boys and girls, right down there, that's where a flag is supposed to be. And that's where I started walking, right there. And if we turn this way, that is Dili, right here, Dili. I'll see if I can give you more of a view that way. Maybe not in this video, but maybe later. And then up here, I'm gonna have to tilt the camera up a little bit. Dun 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 dun. Jesus, trust in Jesus. More on that in a minute. And if I panorama this way, Sponsored by Bananarama. Cruel summer. Oh. This is the ocean, yo. And now we're back, Jack. Good for you, Jack. This beach. As you can see, there's still rain on the lens. Sorry about that. But shit happens, man. But look at that beach. Pretty nice beach. So the Jesus statue, ladies and gentlemen. I think you just saw that lightning. Did you just see that lightning? The things I do for you being the greatest of all time. So the statue. So this Timor-Leste declared its independence from Indonesia in 2002. It was a Portuguese colony. The people here speak Portuguese. And if you've been to Her Name is Rio in Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, they have this Christ the Redeemer statue. So this is interesting. Portuguese colony, statue of Jesus Cristo here in Timor-Leste. So it is 9 January, a Tuesday, and a week from today, home sweet home! America's, no, the world's finest city, San Diego. The GOAT, that would be me, a sports travel, we'll be back, Jack. And assuming I get home safely, don't get stuck in quicksand, don't get struck by lightning atop a hill. By the time I get home, I will have visited almost 20 independent Asian countries, plus Hong Kong and Macau, which are part of somewhere over China. Plus, I will have visited 14 of all the independent countries in Oceania, of which the largest is Australia. And you got Papua New Guinea, New Zealand, etc. And I also visited 2 territories in French Polynesia, part of France. And I visited Guam, part of the Estados Unidos, the United States. And sporting-wise, I've now seen sports in more than 80 countries. Heck, I've seen more than 80 sports. Shit, it might be more than 90 sports across more than 80 countries on 7 continents. On this trip, and now we got bugs. God, it never ends. Jesus! Justin Jesus! So on this trip, a lot of rugby, a lot of cricket, baseball, even in Australia, Australian Rules Football Championship, India Cricket World Cup, National Rugby League Final, Australia. Not every country have I seen professional, because some countries are so poor, they don't have professional sports, they have amateur sports. But I've seen sports in one level or another across all of these countries. Now here, I just got here, and I'm only here for 24 hours, so I'm not sure if I'm going to see anything here in Timor-Leste, but we'll see what happens. I did pass some kids playing soccer when it was raining, before it stopped raining, before it started raining again. So anyway, that's the story. I'm sticking to it. I'm going to take a few more pictures. Not sure if those clouds are going to turn to rain or what's going to happen, but it's the GOAT here. I survived 2 near-death experiences in one day in 2 different countries. There's only one person in the world that can do that. That would be me, the greatest of all time. Even after all that, look at me. I still can't clean the lens, but you can see me. I can see you. I'm still pretty. I'll see you next video.